What's good, collective? Thank you for tapping into Midheaven Tarot. I have here in the energies, there is someone who seems to be going through a dark night of the soul. Okay, this could be you, this could be someone that is in your energy, all right? So, someone's going through a dark night of the soul. Now, what triggered this dark night of the soul is that they failed to make a decision. I have community D out here. I have dark night of the soul and I have indecisive. So it seems like somebody failed to make a decision about a relationship, about a commitment. All right, maybe they wanted to continue to play the field. Maybe they were entertaining more than one individual. Okay, more than one woman. If we're talking about community D, right? Um, so yeah, this situation has triggered something in them, like they're going through awakening, maybe possibly not being able to get back in your energy, maybe communicate with you. You could have blocked this individual, you could have, made yourself inaccessible to them. And so it's really starting to hit home for them that it's possible that they have lost you. It's almost like you blocking them or you removing them from your life, and you from theirs. It's like it's almost like you mirrored something to them. Okay, you mirrored something to them that allowed them to see themselves, and they're seeing themselves clearly now. And so yeah, they're going through some sort of a dark night of the soul here. Let's see what the spirit wants to say about this situation. Tell us more about communities, please. Oh, that came out fast. All right. Yeah, someone was spreading it thin. Okay, somebody was spreading it thin. Somebody was being a lover boy. Hmm. Somebody was being a lover boy, like they had more options than they needed. They had more options possibly than they actually could handle. Okay, or that they needed, in especially in considering the fact that maybe they really cared for you, but they weren't quite ready to, stop some of the things that they were doing or ways that they were living. Let's see what's going on. Clarify overload, a victim, trap, allure. Yeah, this person, it's given like they maybe a lot of people find them very attractive. Maybe they are financially attractive, right? Like they out there tricking, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't tricking if you got it, you feel me? Maybe they was on that type of time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they come off to a lot of people as desirable, and so this is just always the way they've been. Like they've always had a lot of women at their disposal. Okay, so um it seems though that their attractiveness, whatever it is about them, it could be that it's not even, aesthetically pleasing. They're not aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Sometimes it's just, people have a certain frequency, a certain energy about them. They got a good talk game, whatever the case may be. So whatever this is about them, that they have been able to kind of indulge themselves in multiple women and have women at their disposal, it's kind of set them up and put them in like a trap. They've trapped themselves in this reputation. Okay, and I'm hearing that they've created a bad reputation for themselves. All right, clarify dark night of the soul spirit. They are actually going through a dark night of the soul right now. Okay, um, they're which listen. You have this energy over here about them being community dig. You have this energy of them being a playboy, a lover boy, but we all have different things that trigger us into a dark night of the soul. We all have certain aspects of ourselves that push us into having to acknowledge that we are not, vibrating at the highest potential of ourselves, right? So I wouldn't even, there's no judgment here, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not the one that dealing with the person that had the community dick, but you may be someone in the collective that has been dealing with someone who has shown up to you this way. So I guess spirit is wanting to bring out that this person is starting to take inventory of their actions, inventory of their decisions. Okay. Let's see what else. Clarify triumph, coach. Yeah. Um, they're doing a lot of research. They're doing a lot of studying. They're evolving for the most part. That's what I'm picking up. Like this person is, and they could have an actual mentor. They could have someone that is mentoring them through this. Okay, but they are gaining a lot of information about what a dark night of the soul is. They may be doing a lot of studying about spirituality and spiritual evolution. You could be someone that has kind of, you know, been there as a listening ear, as someone who gave advice to them. Maybe you advised them that they're going to eventually meet their match. Maybe they met their match with you, right? Um, However, this is playing out for this individual in your energy, they are successfully being um, led into and through this dark night of the soul. Okay, clarify indecisive, stress. There is a decision that they needed to make that they didn't make. All right, and I don't really feel like the decision for them to go through the dark night of the soul is, that's not the decision. Like they are making you kind of don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like when a dark night of the soul show up, you really kind of don't have a choice because it's such a strong inward pull that it's kind of hard to like just avoid it. I mean, some people avoid, you know, even starting the journey, but once the dark night of the soul clicks on and starts to take place, it's not something where you could just decide to just ignore it, right? um I mean, at least in my opinion, I could be wrong about that, but in my opinion, okay, this indecisiveness, what is this decision? Something has stressed them out. They're not resting well because they failed to make a decision. All right. They may have shown up to you indecisive. This could be someone you was in a relationship with. Well, you know, that's kind of a given because I don't know if you weren't in a romantic relationship with them. I don't know why community dick would be showing up unless this is a male friend, you know what I'm saying, or a male colleague or a family member, okay, who's functioning as a lover boy out there, even if they're not romantically involved with you. But there is a decision that they needed to make, and we're going to figure out what this is, how this is playing out, and why this is important for you to know. So let's clarify stress, spirit, strategy, planning, prediction, um, mind reading. Is really given like you may have informed this person. Now, let me say, because this is either one of two things. This is either a male who has been, you know, a lover boy, right? But this could also be a female. This could be a female who um got hold to some community dick, right? Like this could be a female who has been engaging with someone who has been less than, you know, discerning, less than controlled or disciplined with their body parts and their genitalia. Okay, so take this how it resonates. All right. However it resonates, it's feeling like you may have advised this individual maybe to slow down. You may have advised this individual that their sexual desire or appetite is going to get them caught up one day. Okay, so it seems like that has happened some kind of way, like them either being in that energy excuse me, them being in that energy, or them allowing an individual who is in the energy of being community dick into their life has put them in somewhat of a trap here. Like they've trapped themselves, but that trap has triggered them to actually take a look at who they are and what they have going on. Take a look at you know, their shadows here. So they may be stressing because you predicted something, you advised something, you told them that this was going to happen, and they failed to heed your advice. And so this indecision could be them not necessarily being indecisive, but them not making the decision that you may have kind of been maybe advising them to make about changing their ways, about slowing down. Okay, we're going to see what's going on. Let's see. Tell us more, Spirit. We have idea. Commitment. I figured like something like this was going to come out because when I first was pulling the energy in the pre-shuffle, it was giving that someone thought that someone was committed, or someone was committed to them, or someone was going to make a commitment. This individual could have had the idea or could have known that you would require a commitment, or you were looking for a commitment from them, and they did not make the decision to give you this commitment. It seems like now they may be having the bright idea to wanting to make a commitment, but they're bound by something. There's something, and this could have been just the energetic bindings that they were dealing with, okay, that kept them from making the commitment. But it's also given to me like if they were thinking about making a commitment now, there is something restricting them from being able to do so. This could be that you have them blocked. This could be that they have no access to you. This could be there's something going on in their body physically. It could be many things. We're going to find out what it is. Clarify, Spirit. We have bribery, persuasion, exploitation, incaution, unfairness, temptation. Yeah. Okay. So I want to clarify commitment. Separate. Okay. So they may be having a hard time making their way back to you. There's a lot of things that they're having to kind of push through. It's given that they succumb to a lot of temptation. They succumb to a lot of temptation. All right. It's also given that they're starting to see that them being so committed to a certain lifestyle or a certain way of being is what has separated the two of you. All right. It's almost like they're saying to themselves, the fact that they're so easily tempted by the opposite sex, by the same sex, if this is, same sex love here, but their temptations took something from them. And I'm feeling like they feel like what it took was you. It took you from them because they could not make the decision to change, or they didn't make the decision fast enough, right? So they're going through some sort of private struggle here. They have this is given almost sex addiction. They have a private struggle with their temptations. And it seems like maybe this is not the first time that this temptation, this struggle has robbed them of things, of people. Perseverance. Yeah, this is a real challenge for them. Okay, so what does this have to do with the collective? Let me get another deck here. Third party at the bottom of the deck. So they stay putting people in third party situations. They more than likely put you in a third party situation. Let me see. I want to go kipperish. We'll see. So we've acknowledged by way of spirit that this individual is facing their vices. All right. This is a vice that they have not been able to overcome thus far. Okay. Again, this could be a lover, But this is really kind of showing up like it could be anybody. It could be anybody that you have recently spoken to about slowing down, about, not putting people in third party situations, um, making better decisions when it comes to their romantic affairs and things like that. So take it how it resonates. Let's see. What does this have to do? We got twin flame at the bottom of the deck. Lord. Okay. This might be a twin flame message. We'll see. What does this really have to do with the collective? Third party. Pop right out. All right. So this is showing up more or less like a past lover, a past partner that put you in a third party situation. Yeah, and so the respect you may have had for them has been destroyed. Mm. Yeah, because it's almost like they kind of failed to meet your expectations. But there's something about you lacking a certain respect for them. So there's been some sort of destruction to the way you view them, the way you see them, the way you saw them. Hmm. Tell us more, Spirit. Yep. Look at them. You could also have a child with this individual, or you could have wanted a child with this individual, but it's feeling like this could also been somebody. Why am I hearing that? This could also been some. This could have been someone that you have known since you were a child. Like, this could be one of those relationships where we kind of been together since we were young. You know what I mean? Like, off and on, or whatever the case may be. But, we're adults now and we've kind of known each other for a while. But it's feeling like if there's a child involved, you really love this person. You really love them. Okay? So the issues that this person is having could also be the reason why they are having such a hard time in gaining discipline as it relates to their sexual appetite. It's because it could be something having to do with their inner child. Okay? So they could be going through having to take a look at their inner child right now. But at any rate, the third party situation that they put you in, you could have shared a child with them, but this was supposed to be um, a relationship built on monogamy, fidelity, trust, honor, things like that, respecting each other, co-parenting and things like that, and it's been destroyed because of this person's inability to be balanced, right? To be balanced. Let's see. Okay, so we have legal, unbothered. Yeah, and it seems like you've officially gone unbothered. Like you don't want to be bothered, is what I'm hearing. Animosity. Animosity. You don't want to be bothered with this. Okay? I have change here at the split of the deck and flying monkey to a family. Oh, wow. The family that you have with this individual, their actions really it brought some not so good changes to the family dynamic that y'all had. Okay, so actual money transition. This has also affected finances. This has also affected finances. How has this affected finances? They could have had a child. All right, take it how it razzle or dazzles now, because they could have had a child outside of your relationship. And if that's the case, then that could be how now, your finances between the two of you, between the family that y'all had, is now being affected because they now have to, of course, shell out money for a child that they had outside of your relationship. Explain this actual money. See, relationship. Okay. Clarify the actual money. Chakras. Conflict. Abundance. Conflict. There could be child support. There could be something having to do with the support of a child financially and a conflict about that. Clarify transition. Unexpected money. Okay, so it's possible that this person has not only, not been faithful, but they haven't been showing up for the child that you share with them, financially supporting their child. And so that's kind of left you in a little bit of confusion and disillusion. And this may be why the respect is destroyed. Why you sitting in this officially don't want to be bothered. Right? Don't want to be bothered. Now, this could also be not that this individual is going through a dark night of the soul, but this could be you as the collective who is going through this with someone who has been less than honest, less than honorable. They have not honored their word. They've done things to destroy the trust. So this could be you going through a dark night of the soul, collective. This could be you going through a dark night of the soul. Let me look back over here now. Stress, planning, prediction, strategy. Mentally and emotionally unstable. All right, so someone here, whether you are the collective or whether you are the cross watcher, whatever side you play in this reading, there's healing that's needed. Ancestors, okay? There's definitely healing that is needed. Change, endings. Let's see. Let me see. I want to get another deck. Where you want me to go? I want to talk about the healing that's needed, because what I'm picking up is like, this is not, it's feeling more present. It's feeling like this is presently happening for somebody. Okay. And it is happening for you. And to you. All right. But this feels more present and not like a past situation. So I want to get another deck here to see what needs to be looked at. Let's use this one. All right, Spirit, talk to me and the collective about the healing, because I'm feeling a healing to be needed, or a healing that is coming, that someone is working their way through healing something or needing to heal something with this animosity out here like that right now. And I guess that's why it still feels so raw to me. It doesn't feel okay. Tell us about what the collective or what the cross watcher needs to understand about what they're experiencing right now in this relationship. What is this relationship trying to reveal to them? Guidance. Perseverance. And family. They're being guided to persevere for their family. Overcome. Overcome. Okay. Or someone is receiving guidance, and that could be that coach that I'm talking about. Someone, whether this is you, whether this is them, whoever this is, whatever side of the story you fit on, someone is receiving guidance and really trying to overcome for the sake of their family. Take action. Taking action. Gratitude. They're taking action to show that they're grateful for something. Mantra. I am safe. Let me see what all this says on here. It says, I am smart. I am safe. I am beautiful. This reminds me of The Help. This reminds me of the movie The Help when what's her name? I can't never remember her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Was telling the little girl, you is beautiful, you is smart, you is kind. So The Help. Somebody is being guided to push through on behalf of their family, to take action by way of help. Like, and this is kind of giving me, there is a financial conflict, or there has been a conflict energetically when it comes to money and a child. Okay, so someone's being guided to kind of like find balance. Clarify guidance, please. And this could not even just be financially, but this could just be being present. You know what I'm saying? Being present. Clarifying guidance, we have trust, gift of trust, transformation. Somebody's telling them that they are being given the gift of change, and to trust the process. To trust the process. Clarify perseverance, simplicity. Okay. So if this is you, collective, who is dealing with someone and this has triggered you into a dark night of the soul, Spirit is advising for you to recognize that you're being given the gift of transformation, okay? And that perseverance is going to be, how do I say this? You're going to be able to overcome this situation the more you tend to self, the more you keep things simple around you. Self-care is very important right now. Okay? Doing the things that simply, put you in a peaceful state. Self-care. Persevering through self-care. All right? Overcoming this situation is not going to be as simple, but what I'm seeing is that you will overcome it. You will overcome through simplicity, through doing the things that simply keep you in a good space, keep your environment free of negativity, because it's landed on top of this unbothered card. So you're persevering through this situation by being unbothered. You're persevering this situation by avoiding unnecessary conflicts that, it's almost like, we sometimes don't have the power to change everything that we want to change, so we have to surrender it. So there's a surrender that is being asked of you. All right. And persevering through this situation, through this dark night of the soul, through surrender. Clarify family, please. take root. So there's some stability here. Family take root. Family roots. Give me one more. Compassion. And see, the trees are knocked down on this card. They've been uprooted. Well, they've been cut. They haven't been uprooted, they've been cut. It's something that could be, playing at the root of the family dynamic. How do I explain this? So there's some things. I don't know if this is you, collective, or if this is the individual, the community dig person. Okay, I don't know I don't know which one this is, but there's something at the root, the foundation of the decision makings, the foundation. This could be both, right? Because we all have our side of the story as to how things play out and why things are playing out the way they are. But there seems to be some sort of trauma lying at the foundation, at the root, coming from family. Coming from family. Like, and that kind of goes and is taking me back to when I was saying that this person with this child card, this could be you or them, having to really look at the hurt, the trauma of the inner child and deal with the inner child. There could be some things that's lying at the heart of your inner child that is kind of rooted there, that needs to be uprooted or needs to be cut down. And this dark night of the soul is designed to do that. Okay, so what's required is surrendering to the process, recognizing this process as a gift of transformation. A gift of transformation. And that doesn't mean the shit feels good. It just means this is what is needed for you to be better and whole. Clarify action. Somebody thought their actions were going to be fun. I have boundaries. Now, somebody could also want some compassion after they have uprooted the family dynamic that they had with you. Okay, so now they want compassion. But someone here is taking actions to put up their boundaries. Authenticity. This boundary that you have put up, if this is you who are going through a dark night of the soul because you're coming out of a relationship with someone who wanted to, run them streets or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, your boundaries are actually, it's not a game for you. Like, you're actually putting up your boundaries. Your boundaries are authentic. And I don't know why that's important, because maybe this community dig person thinks that you're just trying to, you're just angry, right? You're just angry. You're just mad about money. You're just, I don't know. They may be taking your decision to block them or to limit access to you or cut off all access to you. They may be taking it as, she'll come around, she's just angry, or I could just bring her a few dollars and she'll be good. But the action that you've taken by erecting your boundaries are true to you, and they are necessary. They are necessary because they're going to help you get back into a place of being grateful. They're going to allow you to get back into a place of balance, okay, and feeling safe. That's where the help is coming in, okay. And that's what Spirit is saying with this first row of guidance, gift, and trust. They're wanting you to trust that this situation that you're experiencing with this relationship that you've moved out of, that this is coming to you at this point in your life to help you, to give you a true sense of safety, okay? a true sense of being loved. Clarify gratitude, rescue. Yeah. You're either already sitting in the spirit of gratitude, or you're going to be. Okay? You're going to be very grateful that your spirit team, your ancestors, is still sitting here at the bottom of the deck. All right? Your ancestors are rescuing you from this situation. Not only from this situation, but they're rescuing your inner child. Your inner child is being restored, okay? Your inner child's innocence is being restored. All right? So you're either moving into this gratitude, or you're going to, or you already have, recognizing that you're being rescued. Okay? So you're going to be grateful for this experience. Even if you're not now, you will be. Personal alchemy is at the bottom of the deck. Surrender. See? Surrender and personal alchemy. What is this that fell on the floor? Let go. Okay? So this is something or someone, this is a relationship, this is a situation that you may have thought was love that you needed to let go, because it's directly connected to something at the core of your being. All right, maybe some family trauma caused you to make decisions, or just attracted certain frequencies of people towards you that no longer serve you. It no longer serves you. So the spirit is asking you to surrender. This is an experience of learning your personal alchemy, learning how to alchemize the different aspects of yourself. And heal those aspects of yourself that need to be healed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it again doesn't always feel the best. Usually it doesn't. Dark Night of the Souls, quite frankly, suck until they don't, because you start really seeing how much change you have been afforded because you were willing to go through it. Okay? Clarify mantra. We have knowledge and vision. Third eye. Knowledge of the third eye. Knowledge of your crown. Knowledge of your rank. Knowledge of your beauty. Knowledge of who you are. This is what you're learning at this time. Because this card in this particular deck gives me High Priestess vibes. Okay? Um, yeah. Yeah. So you're gaining a lot of knowledge about your divinity. You're gaining a lot of knowledge about your higher self and your shadows, right? And how to integrate those shadows and that light. And not allowing what lies in your shadows to just kind of run rampant and put you in situations that are less than favorable. And we learn these lessons a lot of times through heartbreak, through failed relationships with people that we thought loved us and we thought we loved. You know, the destruction of that, the destruction of the respect that you have sometime for a partner when you're believing that you can trust them. I'm feeling like you kind of met someone's representative here, like someone was not honest. Clearly, someone was not honest. But remember that everyone that we meet is a reflection. And so this, when you start getting to the point of the dark night of the soul, where you start recognizing that everyone we meet is a reflection, then that's when the dark night of the soul becomes a little bit more something to celebrate, because it gives you the insight you need to yourself that you couldn't see if you had not gone through that situation with that particular person. And that is then when you start feeling the sense of being rescued. Okay? So there's a lot of knowledge that you're coming into. So the advice seems to be to kind of stay the course, right? To surrender, to let go, to realize that you're being rescued, to be grateful. And again, if this is not, all of those frequencies, especially the gratitude kind of comes later, just depends on where you are. And depending on who's listening to me, we could all be at various different, you could be at various different places in this storyline. So for some of you, you've already reached the point of being grateful, of recognizing the rescuing that has taken place by your spirit team, by your ancestors, by the Most High, right? And for some of you, you'll get there. You'll get there. But surrendering is important. Surrendering to the process, keeping your boundaries from this individual firm. All right. If there is issues with money, tell us about the issues with money. We have magic here. Oh Lord, what is going on? Let me get a money deck, because that. What is the issue with money? Use this one. Is this cord making that noise? Yeah, it is. Because that's aggravating me. What is the issue the collective needs to know about finances? Because there's some sort of conflict here surrounding finances. I don't know if this is related to this relationship, if it's related. This could be two separate things going on right now at the same time for you. In one way, you're coming out of a failed relationship, okay, and a heartbreak. And in another way, you could be going through a financial constraint, if there is or isn't a child involved. Failure of a family. I just saw the reverse Four of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles. Regret. Five of Cups. Queen of Cups. Let's see. Okay, so this may have to do with work. This may have to do with work. Wheel of Fortune. So there's been some sort of a cycle here of maybe not having a job, of being out of work. Because the Wheel of Fortune is about good fortune, but it also is about the cycle of good fortune, how fortune comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? And the cyclical aspect of money, of wealth, of abundance, whatever you want to look at it. So someone, you could also be going through a bit of a cycle with not having work is what this looks like. All right. Let's see. Yeah, reverse Page of Pentacles. And this could be the individual with whom you share a child with could not be working. And so the child is not receiving what they should be receiving from this other individual, this person whom you had the child with. So we have a High Priestess here and a reverse King of Pentacles. Clarify the High Priestess, please. Strength. Your intuition is strong. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse. This King of Pentacles ain't got nothing to give. Yeah. It's this King of Pentacles that's not able to give. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Swords. Betrayal. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Oh, this is a child. This is not a child you share with them. They went out and had a child. Oh wow. Crazy work. This is a child that this is a love child. This is a child that they had on someone. Or if this is a child you share, and y'all know I like to give different storylines, okay? Because when I'm picking up, I pick them up, multiple ways, right? Because I'm reading the collective. This is not a personal reading, so with that, you get multiple storylines. But if this is a child you share, there's been a betrayal of this child due to the separation between you and the other parent. This child is now not receiving what they're supposed to receive financially, the financial support. But with this being preceded by a Eight of Pentacles, clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody is not working. Somebody's finances is not healed, imbalance in the finances. And I just don't feel like it's this High Priestess, though. I just don't. Clarify the strength in the High Priestess. See, and the Six of Cups is talks about children. It talks about a child. It talks about the past, right? Um, okay, so without me being biased on which parent this is, no, it's this King of Pentacles. And this clarify the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. What I need to know with this King of Pentacles is this King of Pentacles the man in this situation? Yes. Yes, it's the man. So the King of Pentacles is the one who is not giving, not showing up for this child. And this High Priestess is being strong and giving everything she can, sole responsibility, taking sole responsibility for the child. Okay? And so that's the issue with the finances. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, sideways, Six of Wands. This cycle I really don't like to take sideways cards. I really don't. Like I don't like to take cards off the floor either. The changing of this financial situation is kind of at a standstill. And with the reverse four, there's an instability, there's a divorce, there's a separation. But someone, okay, this could be that the feminine, the female in this storyline has not taken some sort of action. All right. I don't know if you haven't taken action to actually, who is this reverse Queen of Wands? I got the reverse the reverse Three of Swords. Well, I had it. I don't have it now. But I still saw the reverse Three of Swords. We got a reverse Ten of Pentacles. Somebody's not giving because you don't want them back. Because I just was led to clarify this Temperance card in reverse, unhealed. The finances, the financial situation is not balanced, okay? Because someone is using their financial support as punishment, is how I would see it. You know, I can't wrap my mind around why people do stuff like this when it's the child has nothing to do with your negligence as it relates to an adult individual that you were supposed to be faithful to. Now you've already screwed that up. Now what the child got to do with that? That's your child. You should take care of your child. It's like it's open and closed situation. Like, who needs to be told that? But people do this kind of stuff. But what I'm picking up from this Wheel of Fortune is that someone is using the finances. They're being manipulative with the finances. And because you have no energy to actually get back with them, then this is the choice that they have decided to make, to betray this child because of the separation. Stupid as shit. But it is what's here. Okay? And so you probably already know that, but you're holding down the situation intuitively. You're showing a lot of courage, a lot of strength, because someone is trying to back you into a corner financially to manipulate a reunion or reconciliation that you do not want. And that's why the boundaries card with authenticity, right? Like, that's why that was coming out that way. You've been holding fast to the fact that the relationship for you is over because this person destroyed the respect you have for them. The respect. Spirit is saying to continue to intuitively uh navigate through this, okay, as you integrate both your light and your shadow aspects. All right. They're going to continue to give you strength, and you always going to have what you need to provide for your child. And it's unfortunate that you know, but that's is sometimes the way the cookie crumbles. All right, because somebody's absolutely not able to see themselves in this dynamic, and they don't want to give anything because they they're hoping that by them not giving to you, this is in the reverse, so you can see it in the reverse. By you not giving to them, it will basically make you want to work this out with them and give them like reconcile. Because I'm picking up that y'all are not even really in conversation with this reverse page of cups here. They absolutely have not changed with the reverse death card. And you can see that. You can see that they have not changed. Yeah. So you're being advised to continue to keep your boundaries up. All right. Continue to keep your boundaries up. All right, collective. Thank you so much for tapping in. Please take a moment to hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell so you will know when I am back with another message. And I appreciate all of my subscribers for your support. And I'll see you guys on the next message. Peace, family.